Hi guys, I wanted to show you the best PvP deck without Pantheon, but I realized that there are many good decks, and for every deck there is always a counter deck. So I will list all the good PvP decks in this video. There are 8 good PvP decks, in brackets 7 because Flame Flow is not good without Pantheon. Of course there are other decks like Teleport or Typhoon Flow, but I think all the decks I didn't list here are not stable enough. Before we start, a little information. Good means 80% win, middle means 50% win, and bad means 20% win. I will start with the bad one and end with the best one. So let's go to the bad one. In my opinion, Assassin Typhoon is the baddest PvP deck that you can play at the moment. It's not really dominating against any other deck, and if it wins then only thanks of luck. The only good thing about this deck is that you don't need any skill to play it. Just merge assassins and randomly hit something. 5 years old can play it too. Next is Typhoon with Royal. Typhoon with Royal is actually only good against Yin Yang. Everything else this deck needs luck, but at least it is good against one deck, that is why it is better than Assassin in my opinion. But you don't only play against Yin Yang, that's why there are better decks you can play. Then comes Typhoon Atomic. Typhoon Atomic is already a very old deck. I think it has no chance against Yin Yang or Solar Lunar. It doesn't kill the bosses directly, so it is clearly at a handicap. You can play it if you don't have a better dice, otherwise I advise to play something else. Then comes Combo. Combo is just like Atomic a relic. It's good and can win against strong decks in the long run, but the work and win rate is not enough to play it. Apart from the fact that Flow is a huge counter to it. So, Combo is a strong deck, but like Atomic it's almost dead. IX-10. Typhoon with IX-10 can be really annoying, especially when you play with Sun Moon. I'm glad that I don't have that problem with Flame Flow, but I know how it feels to lose your strongest dice over and over again. I must say that I'm surprised by IX-10 and I always rated it lower. But it is good and can make problems for some decks and players, so in my opinion it belongs on rank 3. Now the favorites. Solar Lunar with Shield and Frost or Colosseum skin. No matter if with Sacrifice or Blizzard, Solar Lunar is always a strong deck. But both have not that much of chance against flow decks. That's why I find this variant the strongest, especially because it's a really strong counter against flow. And even if it does less damage, it can survive and reactive for a very long time. The battlefield skins are also very important. With Frost it is stronger than with Colosseum, but with Colosseum it is also enough. Maybe you need a little bit of training with this deck, but if you get it right, it is one of the best. Here again a proof that it can beat Flame Flow. I showed him the deck and he played it for the first time and beat me with class 7 dice. But you don't often play against the Flame Flow with Pantheon. So remember, it doesn't make sense to focus on beating Flame Flow. Now the best PvP deck that you can play without Pantheon. Yin Yang Royal with Plasma skin. I didn't really expect to see Yin Yang at the top anymore. But without Pantheon, this deck with Plasma skin is the smartest thing you can do. It defeats all assassins and IX-10s with no problems. Even Yin Yang and Atomic are easily defeated. Of course Royal remains as a hard opponent. But if you only counter Yin Yang at the assassins, you already get to 50% of the current decks in PvP at the moment. And you have Plasma exactly for that to counter Royal. So, based on the stats, it's the smartest deck you can play provided you have the Plasma skin. And before some people here don't know it, I will show you again how you can easily defeat assassins with Yin Yang. You simply have to dodge with the switch dice at the moment when the assassin is aiming at your dice. You just have to look. If your opponent has assassins on the board, then concentrate for a moment. All assassins who doesn't give up after that are wasting their time. That's it with the best PvP decks you can currently play without Pantheon. Now here comes some more tips on how you can reach class 20 much easier. Before I come to the tips for the road to class 20, I wanted to remind you again that you are welcome to join my Discord server. I would be happy to see you there. You can find the link in the description. Okay, now we come to the road to class 20. There is no special deck that makes it easy to get to class 20. But there is a special strategy. That's how I did it at the beginning. Play with your favorite deck until you lose, and then stop and wait for the advertising before the PvP. I also like to say fire PvP. You have to win that and then play again until you lose, and then wait for the video again. If you lose 30 trophies. If you win the fire PvP, you will get 90 trophies back, which means you won instead of losing. This way you can only get more trophies. If you have two favorite decks, you can switch to the second deck after a loss and play there until you lose again. If you don't have that much time to play and you are not in a hurry to get class 20, then you can also play one time every hour fire PvP. Normally one match never takes longer than 10 minutes. That means, for example, if you play 10 fire PvPs in 10 hours, you only play 1 hour of PvP in a day. You still get 1k trophies if you win all 10 PvPs, and additionally you get more than 100 diamonds. There is no more relaxing way, and even if you lose 2 fire PvPs and win one afterwards, you will have plus 30 trophies. Everyone will one day reach class 20 this way, one sooner, one later. And if you get a winning streak of 12 wins, then you can keep playing until you lose. Every win after 12 wins is like a fire PvP and gives you 90 trophies per win. So you can save a lot of time by earning trophies with more than 12 wins. There are no more tips except to play the game. You have to spend a little time for it, but it is only one way and done. Unless you want to get into the rankings like me. Then you have to play PvP for 5 to 10 hours a day. That is really exhausting after a few days or weeks, or better said months. But as you can see, it is possible. If you have any other questions why I didn't include some decks, or if you think there are better decks or whatever, write it in the comments. And thanks to all of you who took the time to do pointless PvPs with me so I could test the decks. I appreciate it. I hope I can help some with these tips, and hopefully I will see everyone in my community on class 20 soon. It would be great if you could give me some feedback if the video helped you or not. That's it from me. I hope you like it. Thanks for watching my friends, and see you soon.